Last year, Amit and Michelle Patel caught the attention of the Twitterverse with their tweet of enduring love that brought well wishes from the world over. But their story is one that is becoming increasingly more common as cultures find love beyond borders. Yet as you'll find listening to them, it's not been an easy journey, but one that fills them with great passion to keep running and keep speaking of the God-ordained love they've been blessed with. Here's their story and insight exclusively on Nancy Needs.
Amit, Michelle, thank you so much for joining me on my sofa today. I'm really excited to sit down and speak to you. I feel like you guys are like my mini celebrities. So really excited to sit down and speak to you. So let's start from the beginning. So we'll talk about how I first came across you guys, where I saw a tweet, which was adorable. I remember that it was a picture of you guys in secondary school, against a picture of you guys at your wedding, and how long you guys have been on this journey. So, and the tweet went viral. I saw it everywhere. Were you expecting that response at the time, and how did you deal with the attention?
Funnily enough, no, we weren't really expecting it. We were on honeymoon at the time.
Oh wow,
wasn't it?
Really?
Yeah. We tweeted it while we were on honeymoon, and it was quite ironic because one of our friends from secondary school actually made the caption for us. So we sent her the picture from the wedding, and she came up with the caption, and she was like, "Oh, why don't you post it?" And I was like, "I don't really post things like this." Yeah. But she was like, "No, go and post it." And then we posted it, and then it just went absolutely crazy.
Blew.
Yeah. But it's funny because I'm not actually on Twitter, so I didn't actually know what was behind it. And then Amit was just telling me, "Oh, we've got this retweet, we've got this," and I don't really know the time. So I don't even know the time.
I remember telling Michelle "Oh my god, we got 100 retweets," and Michelle was like, "Oh, isn't that just 100 likes?"
I don't know.
And then, off the back of that, what did you do with the attention? So was it okay, that's cute, let's just go back to our regular lives? Or did you think, what do we do with this? What did you do afterwards?
It's an interesting one because while in the build up to the wedding, a lot of people told us you guys should do vlogging, tell people your story and so forth. And we were kind of
we're kind of on the fence about it because I'm personally not the type of person. Well, I wouldn't have said that I was the type of person that would like to do YouTube because I thought I'm not a very outspoken type of person, and I thought you had to be that kind of person to do that. So I was thinking, nah, that's not really for us. But then it was on the honeymoon when he was saying all this stuff, and then people were asking him more questions. That then we were like, okay, maybe we should do a video and then answer people's questions, address what they want to know. And then it just went on from there. Yeah,
because we had people contacting us on every social media platform possible. And they were asking questions which eventually got repetitive, but it almost made it obvious that we should just do a vlog
so everyone can watch it and answer the questions. Fair enough. So because your story is so different, let's just talk about the beginning. So how did you guys actually meet?
I'll let Michelle.
Okay, so we actually met in secondary school in year 9. So I moved from Edenham or something into Harris. And I remember we were in quite a few of the same classes, but we didn't really take notice of each other. But Amit was a very troublesome student.
I see. Okay.
So he was always the one that's trying to get attention in the class or whatever. And I was really, really quiet, so I didn't speak in school. So our science teacher decided to move him next to me to hope
you were the good girl,
to calm him down a bit. It didn't really work because he was just bugging me all the time. So I think after that, it's just we obviously got used to each other, so we were talking a lot, but it was a lot of banter here and there. I wouldn't have said that I didn't know he liked me. I wouldn't have said that. I thought we actually
just being friends.
And then one of his friends told me that he liked me, so it was then that I was like, oh, maybe I should consider the idea that I might like him too. And then I think it went from there.
When you were put next to her, what were your initial thoughts?
See, Michelle was a bit of a funny one because she wouldn't really talk to people in class. She wouldn't really talk to people. She'd just get on with her work. She was very smart, and without I think blowing each other's trumpets, we were both quite intellectual. And it was almost as if it was a challenge where I would like to out-trump Michelle and vice versa. So that was a good thing about sitting next to one another because it was almost like
pushed each other.
We encouraged each other to better ourselves. With me, I would like to have a joke in between, but with Michelle, it didn't really work. So it was kind of just work. So I kept trying to break her down and, understand what's going on. She wasn't having it. And that's when I realized that church played such a big part in Michelle's life, because she'd tell me Monday she's going to church, Tuesday she's going to church, Wednesday she's going to church, youth meeting, Thursday she's got, you know, choir rehearsal, Friday prayer meeting, Saturday is her day off, and then Sunday
back to
church. So I was just amazed by how often she used to go to church. But yeah, that was where it all started.
Yeah. When she began to speak about her faith at the time, or like you knew that she was so active, did you become inquisitive about it at all? Or like, because from what I understand, you weren't a Christian at the time.
Yeah, that's right. So it was a good platform for Michelle to share what church was all about, for her perspective on it, and also invite me. So Michelle used to tell me that she was a singer. She used to sing in the choir, and for me, someone who'd never visited a church before and didn't understand what church was like, I automatically started to imagine Michelle like Beyonce. So I used to say like, oh, do you sing like Beyonce? Because I didn't know what gospel music was.
What's that? Okay.
And then she was kind of like, you know, no, I'm not really like Beyonce, but come and see me. We have a youth event going on and so forth. And then I started to attend church and started to see her perform. And it was a really nice channel for her to be able to
use that.
Use that channel to introduce me to church and visit and see what it's all about.
Yeah. So that was secondary school, and like all these years later, you're married with a child and stuff. Do you feel like, obviously it was such a young age, when you initially started the relationship, could you tell, or did you know at that time that it would have lasted as long as it has done?
No.
No.
I would say no,
really?
for sure. As in, I think when you're young, you're like, oh, we're going to get married, we're going to do, but you don't know if you actually mean it.
Yeah.
You just, I guess it's just a fantasy at the time.
Yeah.
But as it was getting on, we even broke up quite a few times in between.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, quite a few times in between, because I was like, this isn't realistic. Like, how am I going to bring an Indian man to my house and to explain to my parents? So yeah, we broke up quite a few times. And then I think it was last year of college. Yeah. After he gave his life to Christ, that I think I asked him out again, like some months later, because we were still friends, really good friends, even when we did break up. And then I realised, actually, maybe this could work. And then it was from then on that I guess we actually both took it really, really serious.
Would you say then you were waiting for that trigger in regards to his relationship and journey with God to say that, this cements it for me, this is definitely it?
For sure, because I feel like for me, obviously my faith was such a big part of my life, so it was where if he's not Christian, for me it can't work. But I never ever put that on him to say, look, if you're not Christian, it's not gonna happen. Because I feel like if I did that, if he had given his life to Christ because of me, it still wouldn't work. It's not something that I'd be able to say that we're going to last till whatever, because I think down the line it could mean that there's more resentment because he might be doing stuff because Michelle does it. Whereas I'd rather him have his own
make
love.
That decision for himself. You did say that, obviously because of you were thinking about bringing him home to your family, you broke up a few times. What were the sort of difficulties and the barriers that you faced when you guys were growing up in a relationship, and like how did your community deal with it?
Do you want to go with that?
Yeah, so in terms of, when you mean, like, do you mean from when I met Michelle's parents or before that in terms of community?
Okay, like when you met the parents. That was like, I'm sure it was like the big reveal.
So when I met Michelle's parents, it was quite funny actually, because they'd seen me at church. So they'd seen that I'd been attending some youth events, and I went on the odd Sunday and so forth. So they were familiar with me, but they weren't familiar with me in terms of being Michelle's partner. So I think Michelle spoke to them.
I told my mum first, and then I said, there's someone that I think I like that I would like to marry. And she said, who? And I said, the Indian guy I see at church. She's like, okay. And then I think she was like, he's a nice guy. And then she's like, you'd have nice children. Okay,
such a Ganya response.
Exactly. So and she's like, he's a nice guy. We need to like get to know him and stuff. And I was like, but don't tell Dad yet. Because my dad, he had already been making jokes about it, like, what would I eat at the wedding? What would we be eating at home? Kind of thing. So he wasn't happy with it. But it wasn't until I sat him down and I said, Dad, you need to stop making those jokes now, because I actually do really like it.
I actually really like it.
It's really weird, because Michelle's dad is probably one of the most open-minded people that you encounter in the church. He's an elder. You can speak to him about absolutely anything. You wouldn't have any reservations. But just his opinion on this was just it's just really interesting.
It's just strange, I think, because parents obviously have their preference for who they'd like their child to be with in the future. But I think once they get to know, as in they got to know him, and my dad is literally like his best friend now, like he calls him his son and stuff. So it's like, I think it's just that first trying to get, moment. Then after that they're all okay. It's just, they just want to, I think they want to know as well, how serious are you? If I tell you that I don't like him, does that mean you're going to back down? Because then I guess if you do, then they know it wasn't serious.
Okay.
So
How about on the flip side? So your family.
Yeah. So on the flip side, when Michelle, so breaking the news about Michelle to my parents to my family was a process which took a few weeks, well, probably even into months.
Yeah.
So to go through it quickly, the first time I told them was like in December, with the idea of wanting to propose in May. Okay. So I'd given them 6 or 7
But guys,
months.
bear in mind, he told them he's going to propose, not that
he's
this
not
girl
that
is
my
my
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Because so what had happened was, in the build up during our relationship all these years, I'd been thinking about what would be the best way to approach it. Obviously heard about others in our community, in the Indian community, and how people or their parents had reacted to their marriage. And I decided that I had to get to a position where I was confident and comfortable to say I'm marrying Michelle. And be happy. Well, not happy. Be able to deal with anything that they throw my way. So I thought, okay, let me get to that position, and then I can tell them, look, I'm now ready to propose to someone. I'm coming to you for your approval. You know, I kind of want your blessing. But if you say no, it's not the be all and the end all. So I had to get myself into that position mentally, and obviously things such as being disowned and, you know, them kind of telling you to get out of the house and so forth, you know, those things you had to get.
You had to consider.
You had to really go through that process and get ready, you know, if that was to happen. So I told them in December, I'm ready to propose in June. My mum didn't like the sound of it. She wasn't happy. My dad was okay. My dad didn't have any issues. And then throughout the months in between, I had to keep like reminding them, you know, look, I'm going to propose to Michelle. They weren't happy about it at all. But then eventually, as time went on and more people from my family started to know, they were really helpful in terms of trying to make my mum understand that, you know, it's okay. She's going to love Michelle the same way. And that's how it kind of transitioned from December to June. It was just a whole going back and forth between me and my parents. And then, so I then proposed to Michelle, and I believe they still hadn't really, they hadn't officially met Michelle as my girlfriend.
Wow.
They hadn't met me yet.
Yeah, they had met you. They had met her as my friend, but not as my partner. And then, so I proposed. Got engaged, and then a couple of months after, it was my nan's birthday. So it was my nan's birthday. And that was kind of like the first platform to get Michelle in the spotlight, meet my uncles and so forth. And that was the first time she met them.
Did you, like, it's very almost dangerous stage, so you had already proposed to her. It's like you're going to do it anyway at this stage. So were you ever like concerned that, you know, at that stage where she meets the rest of the family, she's going to be my wife and they're going to come up against me? Is it that you were in a place that you could say, I'm just going to deal with it now, but I'm still definitely going to marry Michelle? Or was it like, oh my God, what am I going to do now if like half my uncles say no?
So see, this was a great thing, because once I had proposed, one of my uncles, the day I proposed actually, my uncle called me, and I missed his call, and I thought, oh God, I really don't want to take this call because it could ruin the rest of the day. So I said, okay, let me leave the call, and I'll speak to him later in the day or tomorrow. His voicemail basically said, look, I know you've gone to propose to Michelle. Don't worry. I'm happy with, you know, you if you want to get married. I support you and so forth. And that's all I needed. I just needed one person in my family.
At least one person.
To stand up and support me. And once I heard that, like, the weight had been lifted, because after that it was like I have someone, you know, fighting in my corner with me. But there was that element that, okay, one uncle's on board, but then there's the whole family. My mum's family, who lives in India. There's her whole family. But you had to be really bold and courageous. And I suppose in the moment I thought, I'm ready to deal with anything that comes my way. But now looking back on it, I was probably far from ready to deal with anything. But it's just in the moment you have to feel like
because we were like really scared at the time that because we had to consider probably half his family won't come to the wedding. How are you going to deal with that?
Yeah.
And we even had like a few arguments in terms of his mum was like, okay, fine, you guys can get married, but it's not going to be the day that you guys have set. Wow. So because we had already booked stuff at the time, so we ended up having to cancel all that.
Yeah,
and then we pushed it back a few months, but they were even like, no, they wanted it the following year, but we were literally like, no, this is it.
Yeah.
So we just had to literally take a leap of faith in everything that we did.
Just before, you talked about families a lot. What have you guys maybe personally done to try and I don't know, maybe elevate your position instead, like embrace each other's culture, show each other's families like, yeah, you know what, I actually want to be a part of it. I can do this. I want to make an effort to be a part of, your story. What have you guys done to embrace each other's cultures?
Well, from the Ghanaian side, I don't think I've really had any reservations in terms of what I do, but I think it's simple things like, wearing each other's traditional attire. It's very easy to assume, oh, Michelle's black, so she's not going to wear a sari. And it's Asian, so he's not going to wear kente. So things like that, just to show that you want to get involved. You don't want to stand out when you go to an Indian event and you're the only one not wearing a sari. So things like that. Also, like community events. So if my family were having a gathering and they invited us over, we would go. It's not a thing where we'd say, oh no, we don't really talk to those people, so we don't want to come. We still want to try and interact with as many people as possible. Now, it could be that you go there and they speak in their local language.
The whole time.
The whole time. But the fact that you're there, shows that you're trying to make that effort. And it's similar with Michelle's family. I could go somewhere and in the midst of her uncles, they could be speaking in their local language. But the odd time, they'll still speak in English to try and incorporate. But that's because I'm there, so they will embrace it. If I'm not there, then that would never happen. So it's always about having that, keeping that opportunity.
What have I done? I think, so with Amit's family, or I guess it's an Indian thing, they generally have dinner all together, but they all sit on the floor. So I feel like before I met Amit, I would not do that. My legs are not strong like that. But I think I've become accustomed to that. So it's a thing. Because I think at first it would be a thing where they're like, oh, you can sit on the chair and eat, and then everyone else sit on the floor. I'm like, no, now let me try and be a part of you guys. If you guys are sitting on the floor, I'm going to sit on the floor with you guys and eat. I think, events and stuff, I try as much as possible. I let Amit's mum dress me. She dresses me because she likes that kind of thing. She likes getting all the sari together, getting all your bangles together. So you come a day earlier, you go through what we have to. So that's one thing that we do as well. What else?
Food wise, what do you guys eat at home?
I eat everything Indian. I eat. I love Indian food. Even that was before we even got married. I love Indian food.
I love Ghanaian food.
It's good.
So
that's good.
That's no problem for us.
And what have you guys done about languages? Like, have you tried to learn each other's languages at all, or?
Okay, I've tried to learn Gujarati.
Michelle's tried.
Even before we were married, I had an app on my phone.
Oh, look at that.
To give me some key phrases.
Michelle's been trying. But Michelle, so I speak Gujarati.
But I don't actually speak
Gujarati.
Okay.
But Michelle doesn't speak Tree.
You don't actually speak it yourself?
I don't speak it, I understand it, but I don't. I feel like I sound really English when I try, so I just don't try. I just respond in English. So I can't really teach it.
If I'm trying to learn Tree, and the only person I'm going to be comfortable trying with is Michelle.
She doesn't do it herself.
She doesn't do it herself, so it's a bit of a lost cause. Whereas if she asks me about Gujarati, I'm more than happy to tell her if it's right or wrong. With Tree, we've hit a bit of a stumbling.
But we'll get there, guys. We'll learn together.
Such a beautiful couple, and congratulations to them both, as they've just welcomed a handsomely cute baby boy into the world. My best wishes to the whole family.